Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another exciting episode. I'm back to the beautiful county of Nyandarua, County 018, and today we are visiting its capital, Olkalou, one of the least developed county capitals in the country. And there's one thing that almost everyone who visits the town for the first time seems to agree, that something is very wrong with Olkalou. I won't point fingers, you be the judge. Just watch and observe, and I want you to tell me at the end of the video what is missing here. We'll be hitting the town in less than a minute, but first, the old timer needs to stretch a leg as I show you something. Some beautiful lands here and there, quite flat and arable. I'm told it is the planting season here in Nyandarua County. On the other side, the beautiful Blue Mountains. That is the Aberdares, the longest mountain in the country, not the tallest. And the grey area over there, I'm sure you can see it. That's the rain, and it will be here in less than 30 minutes. Well, I'm still on my way to Olkalou, probably some 2 kilometers, before we hit the beautiful town center. And I just noted something that is worth seeing. I just noted that the town skyline is clearly visible from this point. I'll be showing you that in a few seconds. I had to admire that house first. I don't know whether you can see something down there. There is a modern civilization. I just zoomed for you to have a better view. That is the beautiful town of Olkalou. We'll be hitting there in a few, but in the meantime, some more nice houses. Seems like a beautiful home, I tell you. Well, let's get into the town center. We will explore it deep and wide. I will take you around both the town and the residential area. I will also show you the old town, where everything started. Remember, this is not a new town. It's quite old, probably more than 100 years. In fact, history goes that one field marshal, Dedan Kimathi, used to work around this place before he decided to go to the forest and start the war. There is an old photo of Kimathi and his brother taken around this place. I hope I'll find it and probably share it. But initially, this is the starting point of Olkalou town. There are 4 major ways that you can use to approach Olkalou town. And the first one is coming from Wanjohi area, which is the one I'm using. The second one is coming from Gilgil. And the third one is coming from Nyahururu town. There is also a road that goes all the way to Nakuru town. I'll also be showing you that one. But first I want to turn right so that I can see what this side of the town has to offer. For information, the road that I'm about to join is the Gilgil Nyahururu road. And so if I continue driving this way, I'll be hitting Nyahururu town in about 40 minutes. The town is only 35 kilometers from here, while Gilgil, which is on the opposite side, is only 32 kilometers from Olkalou. Remember, we are in the outskirts of the town. This is part of Olkalou, the capital of Nyandarua County. In fact, the governor's office is around the corner. Also, the legislative arm of the county government, the county assembly, is run from this area. Remember, we said we watch, but we don't judge. I will be giving you some numbers as far as the town's population is concerned. Quite interesting. You need to hear that. I will also tell you the history of this town and where the rain started beating it. And as promised earlier, I'll take you both to the town center and the Olkalou Old Town. But in the meantime, let me take this opportunity to welcome you to our YouTube channel, Village to Town TV, a channel that is dedicated to continue showcasing beautiful villages, towns, and cities across the continent of Africa. Thank you for the love and support you have continued showing Mr. Lone Traveler. I don't feel alone anymore. The numbers are growing in crazy ways. And for those who are requesting for private videos through my WhatsApp number, which is on the screen, thanks to the Almighty, I have already cleared the backlog for this week. And this is how it works. Maybe there's a place you have some really good memories about. Probably you grew up there, or maybe your first love used to live there, or maybe it's your home area and you are far away from this country. So you just give us the details of the area and you leave the rest to us. Now back to the video, and I just turned around a few seconds ago. I want to go to the other side of the town since the Nyahururu side was not given. There's a lot of open, empty spaces, so let's try the Gilgil side and see what's up. Well, history goes that long time ago, when there were no counties and there were just districts. That is before the 2010 constitution. The capital, or the headquarters of the then Nyandarua district, was Nyahururu town. If you have been to Nyahururu town, I'm sure you will concur with me that the town is more developed than Olkalou. And so for years, most investors in Nyandarua County invested in Nyahururu, forgetting other towns like Olkalou, Jabini, and Engineer. But something happened in 2013 when devolution was implemented as per the new constitution. Well, a dispute emerged between Nyandarua and Laikipia counties, both claiming that Nyahururu was part of their land. And this dispute was triggered, of course, by the love for money. Remember, Nyahururu was a big town, so revenues in terms of taxes for the county government was guaranteed. Nyahururu is also a tourist attraction. Remember Thompson Falls, the tallest waterfall in the country, is in the town. And so both new county governments wanted part of the cake. After some years, the dispute was solved, and guess who lost? Your guess is as good as mine. Of course, the beautiful Nyandarua County lost, and they were left with no option but to go and start afresh. A new capital was needed, and that's how they settled on Olkalou. So one thing you'll notice is that most facilities here are brand new. For instance, you can see Olkalou Stadium on my left. It is under construction. You can see the Blue Gate on my left. In short, these guys were forced to build everything from scratch. Just name it. Stadiums, offices, and other infrastructures. A good case scenario. Imagine you marry this beautiful lady for 30 years and you have 6 kids. You take them all to beautiful schools, all the way to the university, and immediately you finish nurturing them and you're about to open a bottle of champagne to celebrate. A guy comes out of nowhere, take you to court, and claim the wife and the kids are his. And boom, you lose. And remember, by then you are an old-timer, just like Mr. Lone Traveler, and so you are forced to go back to the drawing board, get a new wife, and start all over again. I don't know whether that makes some sense, but that's exactly what happened to Nyandarua County as far as Olkalou as the capital is concerned. Well, I'm sure you can see the whole town from this side. It's quite beautiful. You can see it entirely, but I want to step outside and get a nice clear shot of this view. There's a lot of empty land for expansion, and so for my investors, there's a lot of potential here. You can see the beautiful Aberdares mountain up there. Rain is still on the way. And remember, I have not visited the town center, so I have to keep moving. It's a beautiful day here in the town of Olkalou, the capital of Nyandarua County. I'm definitely having a good time, although the rain is threatening Mr. Lone Traveler. It's April 2025, 18th. Happy birthday to my big brother, Steve Mutumbu, all the way from the United Kingdom. Now you are becoming a real old-timer. I'm also reminded it is a Good Friday. Special shout out to all my Christian brothers and sisters. Enjoy to the maximum and be careful during these Easter holidays. Well, I'm looking for a way to get to the interior part of the town, and I can see one here on my left. We want to see what this side of Olkalou looks like. Well, it is clear that the human traffic in the town is not that big, which raises some red flags as far as businesses are concerned. I can see the town's bus terminus right across. Not as busy as we had expected. I can see the town is almost empty, and it's around 12:30 p.m. I wonder where is everyone. Remember, the high human traffic speaks volume about a place in terms of business opportunities, as a higher number of people provides a readily available market for the existing businesses. But it seems like this is not the case in Olkalou. Well, the green building right ahead on my right, it seems like it is the tallest building in the town. It also seems like it's new. I don't know when it was erected, but by looking at it, you can tell Olkalou's future is super bright. Well, we are about to hit the main road here, and on my left, the road goes all the way to Nakuru through Dondori village, quite a popular one, and on my right, it connects to the main road that comes from Nyahururu and goes all the way to Gilgil. Well, in case you noted, I just turned around. The green building I was talking about is on my left, and I'm going towards Dondori or Nakuru town. I want to have a glimpse of the old town, which I'm told it is on this side of the town. And as you can see, the rain is here. Well, let's quickly check out the numbers in terms of the population. And the small town of Olkalou, the capital of Nyandarua, has a total population of 13,234 people, and that is according to the Kenyan Bureau of Statistics. This was a great increase from 7,000 10 years ago. And in terms of gender distribution, 6,566 are males representing 49.6% of the aggregate population, while 6,667 are females, which is about 50.4% of the total population. So the difference between the two genders is 101 in favor of women, which is not bad. And remember, only one person identified as intersex. I want you to look at the buildings on my right. I'm sure you are noting that they are a bit old. The same also applies on my left. And although they are painted, you can easily tell that most of them are more than 50 years old. And for many years, this was the face of Olkalou town. Well, I know some of you are wondering, like, why the town has such a small population, and yet it is one of the biggest towns in the county. In fact, it is the headquarters. Something somewhere is not making sense. But I think the best explanation is that, well, Nyandarua County is one of the least urbanized counties in central Kenya. Most people in the county are villagers, meaning that, for lack of a better term, they live in upcountry. Well, according to the Kenyan Bureau of Statistics, urbanization in Nyandarua County is only 8.9%, meaning that out of 100 people you meet, only 8 of them live in urban centers. This is quite low. You can compare it with other counties in the region. Urbanization in Kiambu County is at 60.8%, meaning that out of 10 people you meet in Kiambu, 6 of them lives in towns. Murang'a comes second with 36.3%, followed by Nyeri at 34.7%. This means that Nyandarua average is below the country's average, which is 32.3%. Well, I want to turn right so that I can go deeper to the residential part of the town. We want to see how people here live. It is also good to know that urbanization does not directly mean economic empowerment. For instance, I'm sure most of you can agree with me that at 8%, Nyandarua is the most, or it is one of the least urbanized counties in the country. But hear this, according to the World Bank, Nyandarua County is the fastest growing in Kenya with a GDP growth of 10.6% as of 2022. That tells you that the county's economy is growing with a double digit. I stand to be corrected, but I don't think there's any country in Africa that is growing with a double digit rate. Another thing you should note is that Nyandarua is the fifth richest county in Kenya by GDP per capita, with a GDP per capita of $2,482. Well, for my people who are not well acquainted with economic jargons, this simply means that if you take the entire county's wealth, which is estimated at $4.6 billion US, and divide it with the number of people living in the county, each person will get $2,482 US, which is the GDP per capita. I want to take you to the real estate segment so that we can know the cost of land or the cost of renting apartment in town. But before then, I have a surprise for you. I'm just curious. Have you ever seen the flag for Nyandarua County? There we go. Tell me what do you think about it on the comment section down below. Is it a hit? Is it a miss? Just tell us on the comment section and we'll appreciate. In terms of the real estate, I saw a plot of land measuring 50 by 100, which is an eighth of an acre, going for 1.7 million Kenya shillings. I saw another one, also in town, going for 1.8 million shillings, that is in Kenyan currency. And the main catch was this plot touches the tarmac and they are in the city center. I also saw another plot in the residential areas around Olkalou, and it was going for 700,000 Kenya shillings. Of course, you know the difference results from the fact that one is a commercial plot and the other is a residential plot. Anyway, let me leave it at that. Thank you so much for watching thus far. It means you somehow like what you are doing. So if you have not yet subscribed to our YouTube channel, Village to Town TV, please consider doing so. It is absolutely free. Also consider liking the video so that it can be recommended to as many people as possible. And smash the notification bell so that every time we post, you'll be among the first few people to be notified. Also, for those who are requesting for private videos for your memories, or maybe you are interested in a certain place and you want to see the surrounding before you invest your money, just talk to us and we'll take it from there. Thank you.